All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, greenwoodstocktrading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, Jake Paul was topic of this discussion yesterday. UFC, he was in the arena. They were saying F Jake Paul at the arena. He got into it with Daniel Cormier. Even Conor McGregor tweeted about him as well too. So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And at the end of the day, we can listen to Dana White. Give me a minute. Listen to Dana White. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
You knocked down an NBA guy that was 40 years old and
Hold on.
You knocked down an NBA guy that was 40 years old and 30 pounds less than him, and I don't even know what to think about the Askren thing, man. The whole thing is fucking mind-boggling to me, but hey, good for him. Grab that money while you can, kid.
I was gonna say, would you ever do business with him? I mean, it sounds weird, but the numbers are there.
The numbers are there? Nah, I don't know if the numbers are there. Listen, do you know what would happen to this guy? He ain't fighting in the UFC. These guys are... You're getting me talking about this fucking guy again. He's getting hand-picked opponents, and God knows what else is going on with that whole fucking thing. It's all... There is a market for that. That's not what I do. And the numbers that you're hearing that they did are full of shit. They're full of shit, okay? They didn't pull those kind of numbers at all. Not even fucking close.
Jake Paul comes out of nowhere, busting all this money, and then people are saying a fake fighter is making real money.
How much did he make?
He made, well, bonus, they said 2.5 to 3 million.
They said they did fucking 2 million pay-per-view buys, too. I don't believe...
It's 1.3.
Okay. They didn't do that either. I don't believe anything they say. That's a fucking circus. That's not a real... None of that's real. I mean, do you think any of that shit that's going on over there is real? Come on, man. I built a real business here, a real sport. That's a freak show.
All right, you heard Dana White say the numbers was cap. Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellaby said the number was a cap. But in boxing, they want you to believe they bullshit numbers. You know? And if he did 1.3, he did 1.3. You know, only way to know if they turn over profit, if they making that type of money, if they keep doing it. If they doing Jake Paul fights 2-3 years from now, you know, they making that type of money. They're making big money. So the only truth is going to be in longevity or short-term longevity for these companies if it's the Zone, if it's Triller. If they having long-term success, because it ain't free to get Justin Timberlake to perform. It ain't free to get Ice Cube and Too Short, Snoop Dogg, Doja Cat to perform, E40 to perform. It ain't free. Because to be honest, Ice Cube ain't hurting for $1. You know, E40 ain't hurting for $1. Snoop ain't hurting for $1. Too Short might not be hurting for $1 neither. So they're not showing up for breadcrumbs or for anything less than, you know, equity in the company. So, like I said before, the only proof we have, especially with all these digital buys and views on Fox app and Showtime app and the Zone and Triller, only time will tell if they doing those type of numbers. But, you know, one day Dana White trying to get into boxing, you know, so, you know, he said that he'd get killed over here, and we know. But now he got half of it down pat. He wrestled in high school. He's striking now. So I mean, but to be honest, he making more money than UFC fighters. So why would he step into the UFC octagon? Why would he think about throwing a kick? You know, think about that for a minute. Why would he do that? Why would he think about doing it? You know, people jealous at him because he made a way. You can't be mad at these young boys for making a way. He worth $11 million. You know, you can't be mad because he made a way. You know, well, there's nothing real over there, but shit, they said he made at least $700,000. Come on. They say he worth $11 million. So what? I mean, like I said before, a lot of people salty. You know, because they coming in with a new structure. The UFC came in with a newer structure. Now Triller coming in for a new structure. And no matter how hard they fight right now, UFC ain't doing boxing numbers. You know, last night, you know, we'll talk about the purses a little bit later. That shit, Showtime, you know, Showtime would love, Fox and Showtime would love to have those purses. You know, the UFC fighters still ain't making nothing. You know, if you do the math, we talked a little bit about John Jones yesterday. Do we have a calculator? If you do the math, if you promise one million pay-per-view buys, and let's say at an $80 clip, because it's 75 if you got ESPN Plus already, it's 90 if you don't, right? Let's say at an 85 clip. That's 85 million generated. And you say last night, you know, I forget what it was. Masadov got like 700,000. I think Usman was promised like maybe $1 or $2 million. Don't quote me on that. You know, he's promised that much money. I mean, it's just to the point where, if they did $1 million, that's $85 million. I think they did $1 million the last time around. $85 million. $85 million, and you talking about maybe $3 million at the most is going to the main event. The overall card, maybe $4 million is going to them. So that's not even the 85. That's not even 5 of the $85 million. So they bring home $81 million. You know what I'm saying? So why not, if you UFC, you know, sell it and buy, you know, sell it and then somebody else buy it. You getting, come on, man. Plus you talking about sponsorships. You know, you talking about, like, in sponsorship, they probably make over like almost $200 million, or at least $100 million. You know, you talking about they get knockout bonuses and performance bonuses and all that. That 50, 40 grand, it's a joke. It's a joke. Why would you grow up and want to be a mixed martial artist? When in boxing, if the money don't say it's there for the fight, but the money's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make money. Whatever Al Heyman doing, you know, Eddie Hunt, they making money. Demetrius Andrade made $4 million fighting on his own. You know, Errol Spence make, you know, $10, $5, $8, $9 million fighting on pay-per-view. Why would you want to grow up and do that? You know? The only reason why is that the margin for error in the politics is not there. The only politicking is Dana White. And Dana White said a black man was probably almost the GOAT in UFC and Usman last night. You know, only thing you don't want to do in boxing is go to the politics. Race, background, following, because, you know, basically is what it is. You know, if you got a nice following in boxing, it's just going to be like, you know, or you know, got a certain ethnic background, that's the bull job about it. You know, that's the bull job about it, man, that you dealing with, you know, bull job, you know, just ignorant shit, you know, because you from Mexico and you got to follow, and that's dictated if you get a belt or the fans like you or not. And it's just, UFC is just straight, you know, one belt. You know, if you beating ass, not beating ass, excuse me, that's going to determine. But, you know, Conor McGregor tweeted, said, UFC high level fighting, you know, greater than blogger, excuse me, blogger jack butt boxing. So, you know, at the end of the day, I agree. Anything at a professional high level that, you know, and those, you know, the lady from China lost last night, I was kind of mad. She got kicked. You know, and you know, you're talking about high level precision fighting, chess matches. You know, you had knockouts last night. You had good fights from TV. I take high level fighting over YouTube fighting. Or him fighting nobody. You know, these dudes precision, kick, repetitions. Been doing this their whole life. You know, Conor McGregor right. But then again, Conor McGregor next highest payday will be beating on him. Excuse me, it's bothering my throat. That's just a fact. We got to tell the truth. You know, even though he getting a percentage from Dana White from the promoter thing, that fight still gonna make a lot of money. You know, excuse me. That's just what it is, man. And you know, $1 million. You know, you talking about 85 million. What if they did? You know, John Jones asking, even if he did ask for $30 million, if he didn't, let's say they did 1.5. You know, you times that times $85, $127 million. Plus sponsorship, probably 140, 150. You telling me I gotta get $5, maybe $10 million if I'm lucky? Shit. You know, but that's what happened. You had a dictatorship. It's bad for the financially for the fighters. It's great for the businessman. You know, but at the same time, I mean, you know, McGregor need to focus on whatever you're gonna do with Poirier. You know, if you want to be the king of MMA and cement this thing as one of the greatest MMA fighters, entertainers, go ahead. But I think he can't pass John Jones. You know, can he pass Jokic or Khabib? No, Khabib is done unless he need money. And apparently Khabib got real money according to Dana White. So you ask yourself, you know, he really just cement himself as one of the 10 fighters. But, you know, he'll always be, or at least for now in his generation, the most entertaining, the best marketed. And that's good to have. You talking about straight hands and legs and elbows and just straight bows. John Jones, you know, Miocic and Ngannou and Usman. I mean, shit, you know, it's a lot of real fighters. But what the UFC got is white people and white money. You look at the NBA, NFL, predominantly most of the players are black. Boxing, UFC got the great white hosts. You know, but McGregor right, but in the boxing ring when McGregor beat Jake Paul, he looked a lot more polished than Jake Paul looked in the ring. I think people blowing Jake Paul like fight nobody. Motherfuckers who don't have ring experience. You know? So I'm opposed to think he is a gimmick. Fighting 40-year-old basketball players and, you know, guys who ain't never stepped in the ring, and then you got guys like Kendall Gill who have experience, he got skills, he too big. 190 pounds, move up 10 pounds to be heavyweight. Like I said, I like what he's doing to bring a knowledge to the sport, but then again, you know, stop talking about you the best and you ain't fighting nobody. You know, go in there, you know, I ain't even talking about ring guys. Go in there and fight how about you fight Amir Khan? You know, go in there and fight Kendall Gill or Ryan Artest, somebody who got experience. You know what I'm saying? Stop going to MMA and picking out guys who can't strike. Pick a guy like Masvidal as soon as he wake up and all that shit. Pick a guy like him to somebody that got hands. And ultimately, you know, he cherry picking. And when you get in there with somebody that can do something, or that's been doing it if he ever do, it looks like another love TK, he gonna go to sleep. Simple as that. Simple as that, man. And McGregor, you know, he need to focus on MMA, and then when he's done completely, in the near future, beat up on Jake Paul before somebody else do. You know, that's a good, you know, he gonna make a few $1 million beating up on Jake Paul, but like I said before, man, it's a matter of time. He's not gonna fight nobody. Remember Antonio Brown was gonna fight one of them Paul brothers? Seen him on the pass. Come on, man. You know, all his weight on his front foot. He leaning over, punching like this. You know, you gotta get somebody in there and know what they're doing. And Jake Paul ain't hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? You motherfucker throw them hooks and lean over that way. But then again, you gotta respect anybody that get in that square circle. And then, you know, I respect it, man. They talking about fighting Tyson Fury. Was his nephew? He said, no, my bad. They said Tommy Fury won 50-50. I believe that's what they said. He wanted 50-50. He said Tommy Fury's blast back at Jake Paul, tells him to stop pretending he's a real fighter. He responds to Jake Paul. He said, if he sent the contract over tonight, I sign it and deliver straight back to him. All I see for that fight is an easy money against an idiot. I put my mother in with Ben Askren, and my mother would chin him. Might have some facts to that. Might be some facts to that. Now, Tommy Fury, man, he ain't talking about, look. This tells you that how he cherry picking, man. Tommy Fury, if that's his name. Yes, it is. Oh, he ain't that big. He's 6 foot. Okay, I thought he was one of the taller variety. So maybe he will get in the ring with him. You know, he's 6 foot, heavyweight. Matter of fact, he ain't a heavyweight. Like he around the cruiserweight variety. Yep, he around the cruiserweight, so he around the same weight. So, I mean, we can look at if he can fight. If he can beat Jake Paul. You always on my mind. Yeah, he beat Jake Paul ass. That's all I need to see. He put the smack up down on Jake's Paul, Rudy Pool. But let me know what you guys think about the video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request. All my social media links, description. Want to advertise your business on the channel. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Twitter for Fast Away. Also got a Facebook group, video request. Want to chop it up. Links there. Want to make a donation. Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link this well too. Best way to donate. Share your video. Let me know what you think in the comment section one time. Peace.